welcome back to Discovery Time. Did you know that what I'm wearing right now used to be considered not quite proper for a woman to wear? That's right. It wasn't until the 1850s that it was common for women to wear pants at all. And even then, it wasn't usual for those pants to be form-fitting or for the top to be loose. Women have faced a lot of things the past several years, and they've been working hard to grow and to move and to become equal. That's why this month is Women's History Month. Because for a long time, it was easy or easier to forget the contributions of women to history. And now we celebrate Women's History Month both as a way of recognizing the work that women do and have done and the wonderful women in the world, but also as a way to remind ourselves that there's still a long way for women to go. So let's talk about women's history and its origins. According to legend, Women's History Month started because in 1909 there was a protest at a shirtwaist factory that employed a lot of women, and the women did not feel that they were being paid well or that their conditions were good working conditions. They fought for the right to work in safer environments and to get better wages. To commemorate that, eventually there was what became the first Women's Day March in the beginning of March the next year. And then later, Woodrow Wilson decided that, well, the first week of March is Women's Week. And eventually it became Women's History Month because we couldn't fit it all into a week and because there are so many different things to consider when you're considering women's rights. It's both equality for all types of women as well as for other groups like LGBTQ groups, and it's also honoring the wonderful accomplishments that have happened, and it's moving forward and planning how the future will look. So let's talk about some of the wonderful women that are in all parts of our world. We have women artists like Frida Kahlo, musicians like Teresa Carreño. We have women athletes like Misty Copeland, who's a wonderful ballerina, Serena Williams, the famous tennis player, Simone Biles, who push themselves to the limit and go through tests of strength and endurance. We have women scientists and mathematicians who make our inventions possible. The women behind Hidden Figures launched the first rockets into space with their math. Or Harriet Levitt, who was a woman astrologer and discovered a comet. Or Mae Jemison, the first female black astronaut to go to space. We have women architects, and we have women who just don't quite fit the mold that they're supposed to, who are doing things that everyone thought was impossible. And we have women activists who stand up for people everywhere and who stand up for equality, like Coretta Scott King, Ruth Bader Ginsburg, and Sojourner Truth, who fight for others. I have a book to share with you. It's called Dream Big, Little One, and it's all about women who've dreamt big dreams and done big things. This is Dream Big, Little One. There's so much you can do. just look at all the leaders who come before you. Reach for the stars like May and Bessie and Catherine. Mae Jemison went all the way into space. Bessie Coleman flew her airplane high. Bessie Coleman is one of the first female pilots to ever fly alone. Katherine Johnson helped send a man to the moon. Be bold like Josephine, Shirley, and Maya. Josephine Baker was a singer, a dancer, and a spy. Shirley Chisholm ran for president. Did you know that? I didn't. Maya Angelou used her voice every way she could. Go the distance like Wilma, Raven, and Florence. Wilma Rudolph couldn't walk, but she learned to run. She walked with braces for many years of her life, and then she became a sprinter. Raven Wilkinson danced all around the world. And Florence Joyner was the fastest woman of all time. Find your stage like Ella, Nina, Oprah, Gwen, or Nichelle. Do you know any of those people? Ella Fitzgerald was the first lady of jazz. Nina Simone had a style all her own. Oprah Winfrey, shined her light on others. Gwen Ifill reported the truth. Did you know I actually went to college where Gwen Ifill went to college in Boston? And we have a whole building dedicated to her because she was one of the first female journalists and the first black female journalist to gain prominence. Nichols trekked through the stars on TV. Express your creativity like Alma, Augusta, Octavia, and Julia. Or Julie. I'm so sorry. Julie. Alma Woodsey Thomas painted her whole life and became a star at 80. Augusta Savage sculpted toys when she had none. Octavia E. Butler created magical words. Her poetry is gorgeous. You should read it. Julie Dash shared untold stories in the movies she made. Wherever you go, whatever you do, be bold and dream big. The world is waiting for you. If you want to know more about the women in this book, we probably have a book on them in the library. You should come check them out. And like the book says, you should be bold, be brave, just like many of the women in the world who have come before us, or who are currently activists now. Bye! See you later.